Welcome to Y'all Gaming, the only show on the internet that asks, "Are y'all gaming?" And we are, and we got a lot to talk about. Welcome to the show. We're usually on Wednesdays. Let me make sure we're live. Hold on. There we go. We're usually on Wednesdays, but I was busy on Wednesday, and we were supposed to be live yesterday, and I forgot. So we're live on a Friday. Happy Y'all Gaming Friday, everybody. Hope you guys are all having a good one. I'm here with TKbreezy. TK, how you doing today?
I'm good. I've been doing a lot of I'd say it's a lot of gaming again. I've been doing a lot of fighting.
Love that.
Um, Mostly within like Virtua Fighter lately because it's been nice to see that game back. It's been funny though to watch all these guides come out. I'm looking at a guide right now from Rafflemonger. It says Vanessa Lewis Ultimate Starter Guide. That is an hour long. And that's just how that's just how complicated that game
That's
actually
a
is.
starter guide.
It may not look that complicated, but it's got some depth for sure. So, but outside of that, I've been doing more stuff with Paragon. I actually got picked up as like a operations manager for them, so
Oh, okay.
I kind of work there now, I guess. Yeah, that's what's been going on with me.
Okay, good stuff. Congrats. Yeah, Virtua Fighter. I know Roofamonger's been like on it. I follow his stuff with like Street Fighter and other things, and I know he's like, he's got a lot of Virtua Fighter stuff coming up. So it's funny to see him on that. It's weird because when I watch Virtua Fighter and I hear it's like what a 2-button game. It's like or like
Three buttons,
three. Yeah, it's
punch,
small,
kick, and
but
guard, and then combinations of punch, kick, and guard. But yeah, it's a small game, but a big game.
yeah. I've always been a little intimidated. I mean, I know that I guess we can just start with that because we have in order and Street Fighter was at the top, but I'm actually more curious about Virtua Fighter. I was worried that playing online, and this is such a stupid thing to worry about, that like it would only be people who like know Virtua Fighter because this is like a soft launch kind of thing, right? It's not like a new game or something.
Mhm.
Like how's the player base been? Because I was intimidated to get in as a
Nah, man.
complete new player.
There's definitely some scrubs.
Okay.
Um, there's definitely some scrubs. Like, I feel like I'm one part of the scrubs, but I can tell that like I'm playing people who are just getting into Virtual Fighter for like the first time themselves.
Sure.
Clearly, I have like a bigger background within 3D games because I played a lot of Tekken and I played a lot of Soul Calibur as well.
Sure.
But this game is still different than that. But like if you just have like basic fighting game knowledge, like you should be fine. Um, it the move lists are big, but they're like bloated. So a lot of the move lists are one of those things where it's like they show you each hit of a combo, right?
Sure.
So it's like you have down or you have punch, then you have punch punch, then you have punch punch kick, but you also have punch punch down kick. But it's all part of the same thing. Like I feel like if you just go to the end of the combo tree, like
Mhm.
these are your moves. You have punch 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 kick, or you have punch 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 down kick, or you have punch 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 forward punch. Like, but like punch 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 is
The punch,
probably
punch,
where
punch
you're
is the
gonna go.
same. It's just the
Yeah, it's
mix
always the
is the
same.
end. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And so like, but it definitely bloats the way that the move list looks. And like sometimes, yeah, obviously you will stop at certain areas, but like I don't there's less times where I'm gonna stop at the second punch
Right.
than I'm gonna stop at the third punch. And then there's less times where I'll stop at the third punch and not pick a mix option if you're blocking all that,
Sure.
uh, then whatever. So, but there's also like small rules in there that like are very easy to follow. Like every punch is 12 frames. Like every standard punch is 12
Sure.
frames, and it's like +2 on block. Every forward punch is usually a poking mid that can also combo start, and then every down punch is the same down punch. Everybody has like the same like quick down punch. It's like a like the Tekken dick jab
I was
basically.
gonna say, is that
Um,
like the one where I can see the animation in my head, where they like lean
yeah,
down and that one?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Everybody has one of those. Has like the same animation, all that good stuff. So there's some easy rules to follow there in the game as well. But it's just once you start to dive deeper into it, yeah, it gets pretty bloated. Like it's as far as like tech and knowing what characters weights are because that changes combos. Knowing
Right. Yeah.
yeah. Like so bigger launchers, like on bigger characters, like sometimes you can't get the long combos you
Sure.
can get on like Pi or something because she's light. But then it's like, when you're supposed to duck, throw breaking is definitely harder in that game than it is in Tekken. Like it's not on a hand system, it's on like a front, back, or neutral grab,
I do know
but
that. Yeah,
there's no tell of what it
it's a
is. So you
guess.
basically
Yeah,
it's an educated guess on like where you're at on the stage, like all 90% of the time. So um yeah, I mean, but overall, like, I mean, even if you're not diving super deep into it, the game is still very fun. Like, I'm just playing Brad and kind of button mashing a little bit. Like, I have
sure.
an idea of one combo that I like, and if I get bodied, I just get bodied. But I genuinely love playing the game. Like, it's very fun.
Yeah. It's funny because I like in my mind I'm like, wow, a throw combo or a throw setup that like you have to guess and get it right. How is anybody gonna know that? But like if I think about plat fighters or Smash, I could kind of intuitively know where somebody's gonna throw most of the time.
Right.
So it's like I feel like if I played Virtua Fighter enough, I would understand, especially with the ring outs and with the other ways that you can win fights. Like it's I don't know, it's kind of interesting. It's a cool idea.
That's definitely the biggest thing about it. Yeah, it's like it's a pretty educated guess most
Sure.
of the time. Sometimes you might play somebody that is like, I just like doing this really cool throw regardless.
Yeah.
So like if their back is to the wall, you expect to get back thrown because they want to maybe throw you over,
Sure.
but instead they're doing like their Hurricanrana throw or something like that,
Yeah.
and you're like, okay, well, you threw me back onto the stage, which is fine, but I also took the damage. So like, I don't know, it's a cool system for sure.
Yeah. I'll check it out. I think I just honestly I didn't want to play 5 because apparently they're working on 6 or whatever. So like it was something that I didn't want to like start this one and then play the new one. Um, I played
I mean,
Virtua
it's twenty
Fighter.
dollars.
It's what?
It's like $20.
I
So
might do it. I don't know.
yeah, I mean,
Perhaps.
like, just to have it, just want to, maybe you're just like vibing one day. And you're like, I want to.
Honestly, dude, I'm so sick of PvP games. After Marvel Rivals into Street Fighter, I've been playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and actually, I want to call an audible. That was the third game for today, but there's bigger news happening. Um, and chat wants us to talk about it. So honestly, I'd be happy to do it. I don't really have much
Okay.
to say about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's kind of fun. It's fine. It's a Skittles game. I'm picking stuff up off the ground. It's a little anime, and I don't like that, but it's fine. Whatever.
Hmm.
That's what you get because it's a JRPG. But that's all I had to say about Final Fantasy. Yeah, Virtua Fighter. I played 4 a lot, which is the PS2 one. I played Wolf, obviously, but there's Wolf
Yeah.
and Jeff, and I like them both. So
Yeah, I played. Oh, during the beta, I played some Wolf because I just wanted to giant swing people out the ring. Very
yep.
fun.
Who?
Very
Which
fun.
one is Brad? I thought Brad was the Paul guy, but that's Jackie, right?
Like, oh, if you like use their skin,
I'm trying. Well, I thought Jackie had the Paul hair. Does he not?
he kind of has the Paul hair. You actually, when you play, they have skins now from Tekken
Okay.
7, and I'm pretty sure Jackie or Paul is over Jackie. Um, but he does Jeet Kune, which is closer to Law's fighting style,
Got it.
if
Okay.
anything. But Law, Paul, whatever. And then, but Brad is the kickboxer.
I'm looking at him now, the Muay Thai guy. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's my guy. I like swaying. Swaying's very fun.
I'm looking at the characters now. Yeah, I'll probably pick it up. Once I'm done with this fighting game burnout that I'm going through right now, I'll probably I got to beat a couple single player games. I'm playing Spider-Man 2 now and Final Fantasy. I'm just kind of drilling through a bunch of crap. So,
That's kind of my current issue with this game though is that like I don't like enough of the characters.
oh really?
Like yeah, let me look at the character select screen real quick though.
I'm seeing
Character.
Akira, Aoi, I think that's how you say it. Uh Brad Durrell, who is the boss, I think. Eileen L. Blaze.
Duro is not someone that's not playable. So
Yeah,
yeah, but like just looking at the fighting styles, I've never been interested in a lot of these like for lack of a better term, like ancient martial arts styles. So I don't care about any of the old dudes. I don't care
sure.
about Raphael. Like those are not styles that I care about. Uh Eileen does monkey kung fu or something like that.
Okay.
And the idea of it seems dope, but then you have to remember that this is Dead or Alive, so there's like 400 stances that I have to learn about as well, and I just don't want to do that. So
Omega
I end up
stance.
playing Brad because I like kickboxing. However, I don't like Brad. I think Brad looks lame as hell. Like
Yeah, he looks boring.
but like he kickboxes, so I'm fine. I actually really liked Vanessa, but she also has 2 stances as well that like she can like stand for a long time. She's like an offensive stance and defensive stance. And I didn't want to do all that. The dude, Karate Sephiroth, he's cool, but he looks too edgy for me.
Yeah,
So
he
like
does.
off of rip, the only person I felt like I was going to play off looks. Well, I played Sarah for a little bit, but I don't really find her that interesting. It would have been Sarah, Jackie, or the ninja, but I didn't like the ninja.
Yeah.
And then I ended up liking Brad because I like his fighting style. El Blaze was pretty fun, but then I heard him talk and I hate it. And
What does he sound like?
yeah, he's supposed to be a Mexican or whatever.
Like a
And I guess
luchador.
it's maybe me stereotyping him, whatever. But he's like, my body is fantastic, and I'm like, this is not what you should sound like. This is not what you should sound like at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, just looking at the characters, yeah, pretty much I was like, off looks alone, I would have went with Vanessa if I didn't know her fighting style. Off fighting style alone, it's Brad. And the only person I feel like that kind of hits both is Wolf, but that's like a fun character for me. I wouldn't like jump into a tournament with Wolf. I just
Of course
like to do the one thing that I like to do, which is giant swing people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. That Shaolin Kung Fu guy looks kind of cool too, but then they said he's basically doing the same fighting style as Feng, and not that I dislike that fighting style. It's just not one that I care to like play in. Like I think it's cool when I'm watching it, but I don't care to play in it myself. So
Sure. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'll take a look probably in a little bit. Just I hope there are still people online. Actually people playing, but
There's I'm pretty sure it's got console release too, right?
oh, okay. If so,
Yeah.
is it crossplay? I guess we don't know, do we?
I mean, I feel like I have not played the same person multiple times yet. So, but there was last I checked, currently there is, let's look, Steam charts loaded up. Where's Revo? Virtua Fighter 5 Revo. There's 779 people playing as of 5 minutes ago. All-time peak was 1,300. Which, again, this is an old man's game. But that's just on PC, and I'm pretty sure there is some level of crossplay.
Sure.
Let's look at that comparison to Tekken 8. What's Tekken 8 hitting on right now?
I'm gonna guess 5.
6K people.
6.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll give it a shot. We were going to talk about Street Fighter 6, but I kind of want to call an audible and talk about the news of the day. And we can still talk about Street Fighter after, but I feel like this is going to eat up most of our time.
Mm-hmm.
There is a game that we've talked about a few times on the show, sometimes favorably, mostly not favorably, and apparently it is coming to an end. This is, of course, Multiversus. Season 5, they've announced, will be the final season. They'll be shutting the servers down. I'm going to talk about this a lot tonight on my stream. I'm going to do a whole remembering Multiversus thing.
Okay, buddy.
I think honestly, I would like now that it's over, I would like the opportunity to do a retrospective. But yeah, Multiversus is dead. Well, is going to be dead. Apparently, they're releasing Lola Bunny and Aquaman, and then they're going to say...
I might have to hop back in for that one, though.
Yeah.
The Lola Bunny? That sounds kind of fun.
What if it's just LeBron? It's the same exact kit, just like an Echo Fighter, you know what I mean? The dunk
Lola
sends
James,
out instead of up.
We'll have to find out. I don't know, man. We all felt like we knew that was coming. I don't think there was a single soul that was like, this is the one that's going to make it. There's been a lot of people I've been reading a lot of quote tweets,
Sure. A lot
of quote tweets. And just see what people are saying. I've seen some old ambassadors being like, yeah, bro, see, this is the problem. They didn't care about the community.
Oh, I saw that too. I saw that post. I was like, damn. Ex-ambassador.
Ex-ambassador is right. That's a rough sell right there.
Yeah.
Then I thought about it, from my standpoint. And yeah, there really was just nothing that ever got added from the point that it came back that made me think that I want to keep playing this game. And that sucks. Like that. Like I'm thinking about Powerpuff Girls came in, and that was cool. That was a fun time.
Yeah.
But it wasn't enough for me to be like, I'm back, for good. It was just I had a good 2 weeks playing some Powerpuff Girls. I'm gonna log back off. They tried to add shields. They tried to add teching. The teching actually was a pretty good ad, to be honest. But some people do not feel that way about teching. I don't know about auto teching. I think you should have had to press a button. But
yeah.
But overall, teching was a good idea because there was a lot of bounce combos that needed to stop. Yeah, try to add shields. I know it was like a toggleable thing. That's a weird thing to put in any game. That's a whole mechanic that will change the apps. Like that will change an entire tier list.
Right.
Like flip it on its head depending on like how shielding works and whatnot. But what they didn't add was fun. Like I don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just wasn't that fun of a game, man. I don't know how to fix it either. Like I thought I'm not a game dev, so I'm not gonna act like I have the answers, but I just can't think of anything that like changed that I was like, this is it. This is the one right here that's gonna get me back in.
Yeah, it never hit a point where it's like, oh, this makes the game better. It just became like, oh, well, maybe that should have been in from the start. Like when it came to shielding and all this other the teching, and it felt like when I see that stuff, it kind of makes me feel like they didn't have confidence in their vision. Because like if you're gonna change all this stuff, it just suggests to me that like you it feels rudderless. Like you're kind of sailing without an idea of where you want to go, and it's just like whatever. Let's try this. Like Overwatch is now trying to do a 6v6 mode because Marvel Rivals is doing a 6v6 mode, and Overwatch is like, oh, let's try that. And that's how it feels. It feels more desperate than anything. This idea that like you don't know what you're trying to do. And if I'm honest, and I've said this a million times, I think the core issue with the game wasn't even the speed. I just think they were cultivating how do I put this? They were making Smash easier, and in doing so, they courted a player base that was not going to stick around regardless. If you condition a player base and you teach them, hey, you can win games and be really good if you just dash back jab, because jab will kill people and it'll do all the damage and it'll be an anti-air. People can't jump into like you focus. It becomes so simple, and you focus so much into like this very simplified ground game plan. Those people are not going to be loyal because those people are going to get this one strategy and then they're going to find another strategy. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that that game felt so watered down to the core that it was so hard to have fun in. Like,
yeah.
I was constantly having to play around what the other guy wanted to do. Like, I had to wait for the Shaggy to do his kick. I had to wait for the Joker to do their little crowbar spin, and then I could hit them. And if you make a game strictly about whiff punishing, then the whole game is waiting, and I don't want to wait.
Yeah. And I've also feel like, I mean, this is like a smaller aspect, but it is an aspect of the game. The roster is ass, okay? Like,
oh, dude,
for the modern, like, cartoon enjoyer or WB enjoyer, they aren't going to catch half of these people. Like, even I, in my older age, don't give a shit about, the Gremlins. Like, why do we have two of them?
Still talk about the Gremlins.
Like, I'm still going to talk about that. Banana Guard, it should not have ever been like added in comparison to anybody else that could have been there. Marvin the Martian should have been Daffy, like another more recognizable name.
Yeah.
Agent Smith, why is that not Neo? Like, I mean, he's cool, but I'm just saying, like, there's always one step above that they could have picked that like made more sense. Right. I think Nubia was kind of a waste of an ad, even though I do like her as a character. I didn't know the Nubia was before this game. Like, I did not know who that was at all. And it only got worse. Like, with all the characters they kept adding. Black Adam, why is he in? Why is it like, I know you're trying to sell that movie. No one watched that movie.
It was the marketing. That's all it was.
No one watched that movie, bro. Yeah. So Rick and Morty are the only two people I feel like got added within this season. Rick and Morty, Jason, Samurai Jack and Powerpuff Girls are like the people that I cared about. But that's of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 characters been added since the game came out.
Right.
Starting from like Morty, like, LeBron, I think he might have, I guess LeBron's 17. And of those 17, I only really like 5 of them. Like, that's not going to sell me, bro.
Yeah, I think we've talked about this on stream before. My thought was that they were trying to save some drops for like future seasons to keep the steam in. You don't want to blow the load right away. Like, you want to keep Daffy Duck in your back pocket. You want to keep Scooby-Doo ready. But like, if we're going to market a movie, and maybe this is just hindsight, I don't think we use Black Adam. I think we use Barbie. And I don't know if I imagine that Mattel has to be easier to do deals with than DC, but maybe not. Maybe they don't own, like, there's a lot of licensing things I don't know about, but they did own like Barbie stuff.
Could you imagine? They was like, we're trying to put Barbie in the game, and Mattel's like, oh no.
Hell no. What? Is she gonna fight? She doesn't fight. Barbie shops. They might not have been into it. Like, genuinely, I'm not trying to make it sound like,
Yeah.
oh, you should have just done this. But, like, there are so many options. Like, we never got that Game of Thrones character. We got Arya, and, like, there were talks of, like, Harry Potter characters that didn't work out. There were talks of Gandalf. A lot of characters got scrapped, and I get it. Licensing is hard. But, like, Gremlins, I feel like,
Resting on Arya too, when there's like, I mean, Jon Snow is right there. There's always a more flagship.
yeah.
Not even to say Arya's not like can't be popular because like clearly like near the end of the seasons, if you watch the show, she was getting powers and getting
Right.
a little more popular. But everybody know Jon Snow.
Yeah,
Like
she
even if
wasn't
you
the
don't
main
watch the
character.
show,
Yeah. Yeah.
come on, man. Like there's so many of those things that we could have had. The fact that Batman's in the game and not Robin, but we did have Raven, who obviously people know Raven, but like, why is Robin not here already? Like, what's going on here, man?
Yeah, I think Raven is just like an ad to like I do think Raven has mass popularity, like more so because like people attach more to Raven. I think. Same with Marceline. I think adding Marceline is like those are fine. I'm not into them, but I get it. Like those are gonna get a certain audience.
I think Beetlejuice could have been skipped too. Who the came out on Beetlejuice? What the hell?
Oh yeah,
Like,
might be again the movie. I guess
the movie, bro.
We didn't need that, bro. Like,
I don't.
stop
Like,
with this
why are we
80s stuff,
using-
man.
Why are we using this game to mark? No one's playing Beetlejuice. Like, damn, this character slap. You know what I need to go do? Hit the AMC real quick.
I gotta go spring for the AMC in HD, the Beetlejuice in theaters now. Let me hit the IMAX.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't think it was a
I
marketing
think there was
vehicle.
just that probably was mostly on WB side. I think if we were able to have PFG put characters in that they wanted, we probably would have had a better list. But I'm sure that was some old 70-year-old guy at WB. Well, the kids really like Beetlejuice. You don't know nothing about the kids. All right.
It
Come
felt
on.
desperate in the like Nubia is desperate, right? It's kind of I mean I didn't play as her or see, but I saw her and I was like, oh, this feels like a Wonder Woman like reskin, right? Like at least with the model, it felt the same way that Banana Guard was in that like. And maybe I'm just talking out of my ass. I genuinely didn't know Nubia, but from what I heard when I saw the leaks, it was like a Wonder Woman sort of model update in the same way that like Banana Guard getting added was because he was an assist trophy and they were like, oh, we need a character. Let's put resources into this. And I think that's fine. I think it's okay to have like low lift like characters to pad out the roster. But when you're doing that and you're not putting in like heavy, like Jason was awesome. I thought that was a great reveal. Like I said, people liked Raven. I love Powerpuff Girls, but like, I don't know. It just, yeah, I think for this to work, you would have had to throw heat a million times, and I don't even know if it would have saved it. Like,
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. We're definitely in the same boat on that one. Like I just feel like there's really not much they could have done to fix this, at least from the trajectory they were already going. Like took the game down, it came back, it was seemingly worse than what it left as.
Yeah.
And I understand that there's obviously gripes with the beta too, but like the beta was fun. I don't care how fast it was or
Oh, totally.
like how sometimes like the people were warping around. I had a lot of fun playing the beta, and then I just stopped playing because nothing was happening. Like it wasn't.
Right.
It's a live service game that's not updating. After a while, you get bored. Like that's the reason why Fortnite is one of the most popular games in the world is because every 2 days they have something new. Like,
yeah.
It's always forever changing. So you can't have a live service game and just like let it sit there for a while. I mean, even Marvel Rivals currently right now is a little stale to me because we have. I don't normally play a lot of attackers, so we have 8 tanks and 8 supports, and I play like 4 of each, and like just like it's we need faster. Unfortunately, you're in this day and age now where people have short attention spans because of all the things. Short form content is very king, all that good stuff. You need to keep up with those times. Yes, everyone has ADHD. That sucks. You need to put out more characters. Like that's what's going down.
Yeah, it sucks because like it's unrealistic to expect that much content, especially with this. But like, it's the only way to keep up.
Yeah.
I feel the same way as you're saying with when it comes to Marvel Rivals, because it's like I'm enjoying it, but like I'm only really doing the dailies. I don't really care about ranked. I hit diamond and I'm like, I don't really care because, like, why would I keep playing for the fun of it? I guess, but like, I'm not having fun climbing ranked so I'm just playing for the missions and for the battle pass, and I enjoy it. But like, you're right, it does feel a little, samey. Um, I don't know how you keep up with that, and I don't think it's any dev's fault. But I think, like, I loved the beta a lot. Like, I think Multiversus is in my top 3 most played Steam games. Most of it was the beta. Even without getting those updates or anything. Um, I also and like I keep saying this, but like genuinely, I think adding Iron Giant might have been one of the biggest mistakes they ever made. I think that guy took up so many resources to try to fix. I think he put them back like weeks
He
because
did.
every single time it was like, how do we solve this problem? Like I keep the way that I keep using the analogy is like they did like an optional hard objective in making a game. It was like, hey, try to balance this character that's 10 times bigger than everybody else. And they're like,
Yeah.
okay, we'll do that. You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to
Yeah.
add him. And I appreciate the vision. It was a fun idea, but like it didn't work. And then every patch we had to worry about Giant, and then it just kind of like took their focus from other characters. I think adding Giant was unfortunately one of the worst things they could have done. It's a cool idea, but like he ruined the game, I think, for a lot of ways.
And it's funny too, because like everyone kept saying, every patch we actually get or another 2 new characters because Giant gets
He's out of the shop. Giant's back with no new move set.
and within like an hour, Mirror Man will always find another infinite. Like just hire
Mirror
him.
Man. You gotta hire Mirror Man. Get him on the dev team. Why do we not hire Mirror Man? He's on Giant duty. Just have him play Iron Giant for a living.
That joint was crazy, man. Like, yeah, and it was never fun to play against. Honestly, It wasn't really fun to play as for me. Like, I tried him a little bit as it wasn't fun to play as, but like, yeah, never really fun to play against. Once the Powerpuff Girls came out, I was getting literally hard counterpicked in ones by Iron Giant because you can never kill him. Yeah. Meanwhile, he's killing you at 70 off single
burst.
mistakes. Yeah, just it wasn't fun. And I don't really know. Like, there was no reason to ever have that big of a character in a game. And also trying to make him like usable. The last time they had a big character that in a game like that was TVC, Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. You can play the 2
and he was a meme.
And I'm pretty sure they were banned. Like,
yes, yep.
So like, what are we doing here, man? Like, it's okay to have heavies, but we don't need to have giants. You know what I mean? Like, Jason's a perfect example of, all right, this is a heavy who's kind of annoying, but you could definitely beat up Jason. Did not feel that way with Giant, and they just would not do away with bursts. Like, why does he have bursts?
I think Giant should have straight up just been a joke character. He should have been bad. Because like his whole gimmick is that he doesn't fight, and I think it's okay to have that. Have him be a meme character, take away his burst, and he just gets comboed. It's like, fine, but you can't try to balance this because it's going to take so many resources and so much time. And again, I don't know, right? Maybe I'm just talking I'm talking nonsense, but that's how it felt to me, is like so many resources have to go to this huge issue that you created yourselves. Like, Shaggy got to exist the way that he was for like 6 months because Giant he's got to go back in the shop. It's I think it's okay to have some dumb joke character. Like, Banana Guard was a dumb, silly joke character. It just, he happened to be imbalanced, and they were like, oh, he's too strong, and then they dialed it back. Like, that's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's I have personal gripes with Giant. That character was, man.
There will never not be a time where I don't have a personal gripe with Giant, because that should have just, like, literally instead of disabling him, we should have just deleted him. Hey, if we did that early enough, I would have been so fine. Hey, our bad, man. We thought.
Yeah, exactly. We tried something, bro.
It was like month 3, and they were like, "Yeah, man. Like, y'all aren't enjoying him. We're not enjoying fixing him. We're just gonna take him out the game." So, and I would have
respected that. I would have been like, you know what? I appreciate the attempt. I do. You tried.
And yet here we are trying to fix this man every month just for him to be broken again and again and again. And I'm really not a fan of that, but it is what it is, bro. So, but unfortunately, all things aside, I do worry about like 2 of my boys, Ajax and the cat are on there, and Reslive. So 3 of my boys. I'm hoping that they're fine. Um, I did notice that Tony was not on the internet like he was before, and I think that was a net positive for PFG, because y'all need to stop letting people who are literally stuck in bronze dictate what game balance is. And so I'm
Well,
glad that we stopped doing that for sure. But for the most part, I'm hoping that PFG does decide to pivot to something else that is successful.
sure.
Uh, Even if they just, I don't know, make another platform fighter that just isn't like Warner Brother related, and then they can actually put characters they want in instead of characters that we don't care about. Now, I do
Right.
think it's actually kind of hard to do that though, because I think even Rivals, even as a recognizable IP for us, still will never ever reach the heights of a game that has a recognizable IP from other IPs.
Right.
Like having a Warner Brothers platform fighter, having Smash, even having just a Cartoon Network platform fighter is going to already bring in people who are interested in the shows into this thing. It's hard to bring people who are not interested into platform fighters into Rivals, even though it's a very good game.
Right. Yeah, it's like impossible to get people to try the game, especially if it's not free. Like you've got this dual-edged sword, because it's like if it's free, then everybody will try it. Everybody downloaded Multiversus. Everybody gave it a shot. That's why they had like a crazy player base first time. But you don't know if they're going to stick around. Meanwhile, if you have this cost of entry, like what Rivals has, where it's what, 20, $30, those people probably will stick around, but you're going to have way less of a player base to start. And I mean, like, Rivals obviously is holding on to it because they have a clear vision. They've done this before. They're going to be okay. Long term, who knows, right? Anything can happen, but I'm optimistic. But I think this is just a cursed genre, man. Like, we've had 2 Nickelodeons, 2 Multiverses, and none of them are just nothing sticking. Nothing.
Yeah.
And it's not even like I could be like, oh, you should have just done this, because, like, I don't. Who knows what the answer is at this point, man?
Yeah, but I mean, I can't really. The one thing that is always missing from these games that isn't missing from Smash always happens to be the polish. Like I don't like, even
Sure.
if you don't find the game that fun, visually Smash is very appealing. Uh, Nasby looked jank. Like
Right.
I don't care how mechanically sound the game was, it just looked jank. I think that on the other side of things, Multiverses for the most part did look pretty good, but the game was jank still. Like, so yeah, it's hard. It's hard to like beat Smash in this level of polish, one, because you have Nintendo's backing, and two, because they have like historic history, or they have history within that genre already. They set precedence in that genre.
Yeah.
And every game looks better than the last. I know some people will be like, will not agree to that point, but like truly every game definitely looks better than the last.
Yes.
Like 64 was great for its time. Melee was great for its time.
Yeah.
Smash 4 was great for its time, and Ultimate looks good for its time. I know there's probably a couple of character discrepancies in there, but as an overall package, the game looks very good.
Right.
And I think when you're releasing on the same time frame as Ultimate, and you look like Melee in this current day and age, it's a little hard to sell that as a full package, in my opinion.
Yeah. The animations have always been kind of far behind. And I mean, it's Nintendo, right? It's like $1 billion company. It feels unfair to try to make that comparison, but you have to, unfortunately, as messed up as it is. That's kind of the world that we're living in. So,
but overall, just I don't know. I'm hoping for the best for PFG. Unfortunately for Multiverses, I saw a lot of people asking if they can get refunds because it's kind of messed up that I have all these skins and I can't use them anymore, and they're not. And I saw a post that said that like once they go offline, the cosmetics that you bought are available. But if you're going offline and you can't make any more money anyway, you should just give the cosmetics for free. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. Actually, just that's crazy. Yeah, just give everybody every costume and just be like, you know what? It's over.
Yeah, bro.
Would people be mad about that? Would people be like, well, I paid for it. Why do they get it for free? But like,
I mean, I don't know. I can't really say it's a double-edged sword. I just think that whatever decision they're doing now is wrong. Like, they're not doing refunds, and which would obviously, make sense. They should not be doing refunds, but they're also not giving cosmetics to everybody for your offline game. Like, it's we should be doing something like that. Like, there's who's gonna see this cosmetics except for my friends coming over,
right?
And who's really about to boot up some most. You got that
Bro,
multi?
you got Jason got Multiversus at his house. Let's go. 3 other friends. The 2v2 fighting game. We doing 1v1s? No, that's not the game. You got to get all 4 people on it. I don't
Oh my
know, bro.
god.
Like, I saw
Yeah,
people
man. If
asking
I
for refunds, and I'm like, bro, where? How are like they don't have money. Like that's
they
the whole
don't.
reason they're shutting down. I don't know.
Yeah. If I ever go to anybody's house and I see that Multiversus on that big screen TV, I'm leaving, bro. You got to be a
I'm
psychopath.
watching. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
I'm watching that. I love low level Multiversus play. I love watching it. Just big ass shaggy kick.
I know we had one more thing in here to talk about, which we'll do it real quick. It was just Street Fighter. They got
Sure.
mine coming out, but I was originally going to talk to you about like I didn't just watch any of the Sajam Slam because I was at Frosty. So
Woo.
you didn't do well.
I got my ass
supposedly.
beat, bro. It
But
was
like,
bad.
yeah, how was it?
It was
Just in
lots of
general.
fun. So my issue is I played Marvel Rivals. I played in the Twitch Rivals tournament, and then that same week was Sajam Slam, and my brain was just kind of like still a little burnt out, and I was kind of tired. It was like I wasn't ready to jump into something, but I wanted to. So I did it, and I just was tired and just kind of burnt out. I didn't have the time to play that I wanted, and so because the last time I played was like a few months ago, so I didn't have time to bang out all the stupid beginner. I don't know if you have these, but like whenever I don't play Street Fighter for a while, I forget like the basic stuff. Like my mind intuitively wants to drive impact every jump in. Because it's like, oh, he's going to jump in. Even if he tries to hit me, I'll be able to counter it. But then somebody does a jump in into a drive impact. I'm like, oh, I'm dead. So it's like, I do a lot of things like that, and I have to beat it out of my brain, but it takes time. And that, along with just being tired and kind of burnt out personally, I just wasn't able to keep up. When it comes to fighting games in these slams and in these creator tournaments, usually I start at the beginning, like in bronze or silver, and then it's like I'm able to climb really fast and sort of adapt on my gameplay. But in Street Fighter, I started in Diamond, so it was like I was fighting good people who were beating my ass, and I had to like I couldn't just spam gimmicks. You know what I mean? Like obviously Diamond has gimmicks, but they're layered. So I just got my ass beat. I think I went 2-12 ultimately. No, 3-12 in the tournament sets. Yeah, but all of the sets that I lost were really close. It just I didn't have the. I don't know if you have this experience, but like when I don't compete for a while, I don't have the competitor mindset where it's like I just sit back, throw fireballs. Okay, let me like keep this lead. I try to play too much to win, and I just force stuff, and I just gave people games. And it's just bad stuff like that. Unfortunately, I was playing really well on the Sunday of the finals. But so I actually won a round to get us out of last place, and I was very proud of that. But then the next round, my computer started overheating, and I'd never seen it before. All of my fans on my computer are flashing red.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I've never seen I didn't even know they could do that. So I was dropping frames. So I was at like 40 FPS. I'm like, wait, what's going on? And then in the side of my eye, my computer's flashing red, and I don't even remember the match because my brain was just not there. All of this is to say, I'm not trying to like say like, oh, I would have won otherwise, because like who knows? It just the point is that it was not my week at all. It was bad. It was very bad, but
your computer. Hell,
dude, it was burning. I've never seen it before. Every fan of my computer is flashing red. I didn't even know they could do that. I have no fan colors on. It was unbelievable. I don't know if it was trying to get my signal, and it stopped as soon as the match was over. I was like, okay. So yeah, it was very strange. So yeah, I it's fighting games. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but kind of disappointing because my team did so good, and I definitely was like part of what let them down. The issue that we had was like it's a teams tournament, so everybody has to like it's 5 people. 3 out of 5 people have to get a win to move on. Our second and fourth guy, Stans and All Sham No Wow, like won every match. So if me, Bricky, or Brian F won any of our sets, we could have kept moving on. But all 3 of us kept losing.
Damn.
That hurts, right? Like if you're Stans or Sham, it's like, dude, what else can they do? They've won every game. Bricky was at MagFest, so he wasn't able to play a lot. I was not there mentally. And Brian F was like, unfortunately, just outclassed. Not to say that he's a great player, but he was against like Nephew and, Chakotay. It's like, come on. He was only playing against pros. So just an unfortunate time. Obviously, still had a great time. My team was awesome. They were great. Just I did bad. So
Yeah. Yeah, it happens. I mean, sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. But
yep,
you can't win them all too. We need you to lose something, bro. You won Tekken, you won Marvel Rivals.
that's true.
We need a Coney L right there.
I
So that
needed to be
way,
ass at some point, and
yeah.
it happened.
So
It
that
happened.
way, yeah, the redemption bracket is on the way, or the redemption is on the way for Coney, bro. Wait until they hire us back for Party Animals 2. We're going
Bro,
16-0.
after that newest YouTube video, I don't know if I'm getting hired back, bro. I flamed Twitch Rivals.
Oh no.
I was not nice to them. Dude, did you watch, have you seen the video? I got to show you the DMs. Like, the guys at Twitch Rivals that I hit up, I was like, hey, man, this team is infringing on the rules that we followed so that we could play. And the guy at Twitch Rivals was just like, oh, our bad. Sorry. Next time we'll fix it. And I was like, oh, okay.
Was it bro that starts with a T?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
That's okay.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm sure he's a nice guy, but he was just like, hey, think about how good it'll be in the future. I'm like, all right, buddy. Okay.
Yeah, he asked me if I wanted to be a captain, and I was like, no, but I would like to play, and then never hit me back again. So
Yeah.
we could have teamed, we could have won together, bro.
We could have done it.
Damn. Oh well, happens.
Next
but yeah, this is a long episode. I didn't realize we were going this long. We had a lot to talk about.
Yep.
We didn't have any sponsors, right? Nothing like that.
No. We also we haven't done it for a little bit because we've been busy. So it's always good to catch up.
Busy. Yeah. But if you guys, haven't already follow this all on the things that you can, we have YouTube, we have Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the good stuff. If you missed some of the episode, make sure you grab it from over there. And we'll probably have more to talk about. Mine's coming out next week. I don't think she'll be out before Wednesday though. What's today? The 31st? Am I tripping?
I don't know. I thought it was February 5th, right?
Oh, it actually comes out on Wednesday. Oh, okay. Hold on. Might be able to play some Mai and then immediately talk about her next week. And whatever other things we be gaming on. I'm probably taking a small break from Marvel Rivals for a little bit just because I hit Diamond. Diamond's great, by the way. If you do get to Diamond, that's where the real game starts. And I hate being one of those guys that says that, but it really is true. Like, I feel like I played 2 games of Diamond, most talkative, helpful lobbies I've ever been in. Everybody is there trying to win. Like, everyone's like, they're in the back. Oh, we need to swap because this Iron Man's going crazy. Who gonna take an Iron Man? I'm gonna swap off this. You know what? You play tank, I'll play this. Like, it's great. It's great up there. Like, that was never happening.
You got the Elo Heaven.
Yeah. That was never happening in Platinum. Everybody in Platinum just were playing single player games on a 6-man team. So it was not good. But y'all gaming Rivals and Rivals 2. I played a little Edalus. My character's still not in the game yet. When the Wrestler Bug comes out, I'll have a lot more Rivals to talk about.
I tried Edalus for a little bit and I'm like, this guy's ass. I could be wrong. I feel like because I saw some clips of other people playing him and they did okay because they were like very creative and had some dumb stuff. But like he seems very bad. But he's also like not. Yeah, he didn't stick with me either. I played him. I'm like, he's cool. Like I'm not, it's not an issue with Rivals or anything. He just didn't stick with me. That's all.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, like there's no. I always tell people I think Rivals a fantastic, phenomenal game. I also just am not a competitive player like that anymore. So while it is a fantastic, phenomenal game to watch and like see cool stuff, it's not fantastic and phenomenal to play against because I'm not a sweat like that anymore. Yeah. Meanwhile, though, it is funny that like as a not sweat, I'm like easily hitting plat, and I'm seeing people who are making this their life story and they can't get out of silver. Like that's crazy. That's crazy, brother.
Yeah,
like,
I can't even fathom that. That's a little strange. Yeah.
So hey, whatever works for y'all, man. Whatever works for y'all. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode of Y'all Gaming. We'll have more to talk about next week. We appreciate y'all for hanging out for a little bit. Benton, I did see the weapon. I actually saw it at BCX, the chakrams. I need to get around and mess around with it. But yeah, Y'all Gaming. If you guys enjoy it, make sure you go ahead and hit a follow here on Prediction. Keep up with us. Follow us on Twitter as well and Blue Sky if you have that. And yeah, that's all I got.
That's another character that could have been added, bro.
Could have been.
Jeez. You said that, and I was like,
somehow they would have messed it up, though, because one of his transformations would have been as big as Iron Giant.
And they would have been at the strongest one. Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you guys next time. Hey, I just put out a tweet. I want to do a big Multiversus recap tonight. and everything. It could be anything. It could be a Tony tweet. It could be a gameplay clip. It could be anything you want, because I just want to go over everything. Please reply with whatever you got. I just want to talk about it. Somebody said Coney getting last in Multiversus Rivals. That sounds very funny, too. I'll bring that up, too, because then I get to dump on Twitch Rivals some more. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you guys next time.